Hey, welcome to another episode of the Desktop Confessional. Um, so, uh, yeah, we've entered farewell week here at Alliance, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the last, what is it now, 4.5 days here at work at this post, and then I move on to better and brighter and greater things. And possibly the hiatus of the Desktop Confessional because I have a feeling, and I really hope for good things, but I have a feeling that these episodes will no longer be necessary for me to get through my workday. So I just took my lunch exactly 12 o'clock. Now, there's a reason for this, and it wasn't because someone put a gun to my head, which happens at times. But the main reason why is I'm just learning here is in order for payroll here at Alliance to be correct, I have to clock in and out exactly at the 8-hour mark for this last week. Now, during the regular school year, I regularly put in overtime, whether it be, a tenth overtime or 0.17 over or half an hour or whatever they call it. I've always, every day I put in some sort of overtime so I get a little bit more. Now, that's going to be interesting because my personal, take on things is if I'm not clocked in, I'm not working. So right now I'm not clocked in, so I'm not working. And I come back at 12:30 and then continue to do cleanup and whatever else I'm doing here. The background here, you're not going to see too much of a difference in terms of like what's here because a lot of the stuff that's personal is very small and it fits in a bag. Most of it, I've already started packing, but a good portion of it actually just kind of fits in this bag right now. So I mean, I don't have a lot going on here. I'm probably going to put everything else in like another small box or something. Planning to take my car here to school on one of the, planning to take my car to school at least like one of the days this week so that I just shove everything in the car and call it a day. But my plan is on Friday that, I'm out on my motorcycle and everything else going on with that. But yeah, so I mean, it's a bit of a bittersweet, but yet extremely relieving situation to be in. The farewell video that I had requested, or at least I decided to make last week, is going to be released on Tuesday, hopefully pending administrator. Whatever. I'm at the point where I'm just going to have to send an email out and just say, okay, guys, here's my video, watch it, because I'm really getting sick and tired of having to wait for, when you talk to one head, that the other two heads have to listen and then nod their heads in agreement. It gets really annoying. So, this is one of those things that has to be released on Tuesday. Otherwise, I'm going to have to, find some other way to get the word out that I'll be gone on Friday. Of course, a lot of the kids don't have a clue. They're moving on with their own little, young lives and whatever. And, I'm just another figure in their lives that's come and gone. But at the same time, at least I can, make my exit with dignity and just go from there. So that's the story of it. Other events that are coming up, I'm going to be in Cal State Long Beach tonight from about 6 to who knows when. First off, for a little coffee social with the grad school people, and then after that, I'm going to be doing some homework and attempting to finish it before the deadline, which has been set for the 29th of the month. But the biggest issue is now that I am going to be losing my computer and not sure what will be issued to me at the new district. It would be in my best interest while I still have a laptop that is fast to finish some of my homework and use it while I still can. So that's going to be my big to do. So if you are on the Cal State Long Beach campus anytime today after 6 p.m., I will be there too. Just hit me up, and I'll probably be like camped out in the library on the 5th floor. So there's that. Other things up for grabs. Speaking of which, Friday I'm going to be doing a special edition of the Desktop Confessional involving digital seppuku. I just like saying that. It's fun, but I have to decommission myself off of my computers and wipe out any trace of my existence here. So that is on Friday up for grabs, digital seppuku, which means that the last part of my duties I will probably end up completing on a student Chromebook, which is not a big deal because they're not really that processor or memory heavy, so no big deal. It's just a website. Yeah, so that is really the summary of my week. I don't have to be on campus at Cal State Long Beach this week for class per se. All of my classes are in their off week modules, so I'm doing everything off of the off remotely, which is perfectly fine. It's just I have to make sure that I do them. I have an assignment that's due like tomorrow by 9 a.m. and all this other stuff, so I'll probably finish it tonight, just get it over with. But yes, it's been a lot. This weekend has been fun. I ended up, taking Patch to the vet, and that went well. He's doing fine. I think that his treatments are going pretty well, and they're going to improve his fur. I had class from 1 to 4, and then after that, I went down to visit as I call them, my penguin family. If you've been watching on Facebook, my penguin family refers to my aunt's a nun, and it's all of her fellow sisters, so I call them my penguin family. So after class, I went down to South Orange County and hung out with them for a while, and it's a running joke that every time I go down there, they feed me, and I end up coming back with a lot of extra food, which is really funny because they're really good cooks, and everything they make is amazing. And so Saturday, I had like really delicious crab that was cooked by one of the sisters, and it was crab that was caught this morning, that Saturday morning off of Newport Beach. So it was pretty cool. And then Sunday was fishing. I went fishing for the first time on a boat. I have no regrets over fishing, but I will say I should have taken the drugs. I really should have taken Dramamine. I totally learned the hard way that I should have taken Dramamine. Unfortunately, I come from a line of people that have suffered really, really horrible motion sickness, which basically says that I'm probably not qualified to be a pilot. So I think, sea travel on small boats is definitely going to warrant me having to take Dramamine. Yeah, because that was, oh man, I was messed up. That sucked. On a bright note, though, I did catch five white fish, and that was really cool because then I ended up, after I was finished, I went back down to South Orange County to the convent and dropped off the fish. So it also turns out that my penguin family really likes mackerel, because what penguin doesn't like mackerel, right? I went there, so that means that my normal pier fishing adventures in Redondo Beach, when I usually attempt to catch fish or whatever. When I catch a mackerel, I usually give it back, give it to another fisherman, or I throw it back. So from this point on, if I ever end up going to Redondo Beach, which, there's an open invite if anyone wants to go fishing, I have poles, let's go. Just saying. You catch mostly mackerel at Redondo Beach. So I have a feeling that I'm going to be saving the mackerel and freezing it. So the next time I go down to South Orange County, I get to say, hey, I got a bunch of mackerel, have fun. That'll be quite nice. So there's that. So that was pretty much my weekend. No hockey. No hockey this upcoming weekend. Still waiting for sign-ups and all that fun stuff. So, no big deal there. And it'll be nice because at least I can take a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather before having to, transition into my new work beginning Monday the 25th. So yeah, it's almost a seamless switchover. I have no days off in between. I'm finished at this place on the 22nd, and then the 25th I hit the ground running at Fullerton, which I don't think it could be written any better than that because, I'm basically working nonstop. And I'm also working through through the end of a payroll period, and then starting at the beginning of another payroll period. So that's pretty cool. I'm hoping that my income, at least my cash flow, is a bit on the unending side. I know that if worse comes to worse, I might have to drive Uber for a couple nights just to set a few, make sure that I have a little bit of cash on reserve. But aside from that, it's pretty much like just jump out of one thing and go to another. So that'll be quite nice. So yeah, the episode. That's pretty much what's going on this week. It's a lot of waiting. It's a lot of putting stuff away. It's a lot of taking stuff down. It's a lot of last minute requests. Equipment that I ordered back in August is finally coming in. I'm going, are you kidding me? So now I've got to make sure that that equipment is allocated properly to the teachers who have been asking for it desperately for months. A lot of equipment's going to have to stay on reserve, and hopefully, this room won't be considered to be a closet, as I've had this is one of the oddest offices I've been in. But if you've known me long enough and you knew what my office looked like when I was still living with my parents, I guess some habits, old habits, don't die, because this kind of reminds me very much of what I dealt with 15 years ago. Yeah. So that's life. Maybe I should fish more often. Might not be a bad idea at this point. So. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got on the Desktop Confessionals today. It's probably a short episode. Said more things, hoping for more things to come around, and when I get to take this week literally is as in I work only 8 hours, well therefore you only get me for 8 hours and that's all you get. Not going to pay me more than that, then that's all you get. And so there's that. So I hope everyone else has a rest of the day, a good rest of the day, and don't get in trouble, don't get into too much trouble. I've been fortunate that I've had administrators pass by my office multiple times and not even to say hi. I think they've already written me off, or they're just walking to their next destinations and forgetting that it might not be a bad idea to say hi sometimes. But you know what? They won't be in my administrators for after this week, so I'm not really worried about it too much. So anyway, ta-ta for now. Be good. Don't burn anything down quickly. So just remember that gasoline is an accelerant. I had to put that there.